let's talk now about a cardioid. A cardioid is another shape, another design as such we can get with polar graphs. It has the form of r, or r of theta, equals a plus b cosine theta, where a and b are positive real numbers. Now, specifically, I'm going to look at the case where a is less than b. So I have r of theta equals 1 plus 2 cosine theta. And I'm going to show you where these points come from and plot it very quickly, and then quickly show you on Maple. I'm going to suggest that you get on Maple and play with values of a and b. Make it such that a is bigger than b and so forth. Just fiddle with it and see what type of different shapes, what effect those constants have. I've already done all the arithmetic here just to help speed things up a little bit. So for r equals 1 plus 2 cosine theta, r of theta, when theta is 0, is going to be 3. So at 3, I'm out here. At pi over 6, which is about here, I'm going to be at 2.73, which is roughly here. At pi over 4, I'm going to be at approximately 2.41, which is roughly here. At pi over 3, which is going to be right about here, that's roughly pi over 3. It's going to be at 2, so I'm going to be at the 2 ring. At pi over 2, I'm going to be at 1, so I'll be here at the 1 ring. At 2 pi over 3, which is going to be roughly here, that's roughly 2 pi over 3, I'm going to be at 0. So let's start connecting some dots. When I do, I get this sort of a shape. Keep going here. At 3 pi over 4, I'm at negative 0.41. So when I'm at 3 pi over 4, this is 3 pi over 4 in this direction. But my radius is negative. So negative 0.41 is just shy of negative 0.5. So I'm going to be right about here-ish. At 5 pi over 6, which is the angle's roughly here, I'm going to be at negative 0.73, so the negative is going to bring me in this direction. Oops, I kind of missed it, but right about there. Negative 0.73 is going to be roughly here. At pi, I'm going to be at negative 1, so it's going to be right there. This is the direction of pi, but the radius is negative, so it brings me back to here. At 7 pi over 6, my angle is roughly here. I'm going to end up with a negative 0.73, which is actually along this axis, which is going to be roughly there. And at 5 pi over 4, here, I'm going to be at negative 0.41, which brings me to about here. Now I'm going to connect these dots so I can see what's going on. It's coming around like this. At 4 pi over 3, which is roughly this angle, it's going to be 0. So I've come back and I'm back here to 0. 3 pi over 2, here's 3 pi over 2. I'm going to be at 1. So I'm right here. So I'm coming around like this again. And let's see, at 5 pi over 3, I'm at 2. See, 5 pi over 3 is going to give me right about here. And I said I'm at 2, so there's the 2 ring. So it's going to come back around to here. 7 pi over 4, I'm going to be at 2.41. See, there's 2.5, so it's going to be a little bit shy of that. So here. 11 pi over 6, which is going to be, this is going to be 11 pi over 6. I'm going to be at 2.73, which is roughly here-ish. So I'll come around. And at 2 pi, I'm back to 3. So that's the cardioid. Now, let's jump to Maple real quick and see what we've got. Here is what I was fiddling with earlier, but let's go ahead and change this to be Okay, so we're going to have 1 plus 2 cosine theta. This is exactly what we just saw. We started here at 0, come around. So what you really should do is change these values. Let's go ahead and make this 2 a 4 real quick. And you can get a rough idea what that looks like. The difference between them. You should play around in Maple. There's a command for it. You should play around Maple, different values. Do 2 plus 1 cosine theta, or 3 plus 2 cosine theta. Just fit around with it a little bit and see what different type of shapes or how changing those coefficients change the shape of this particular graph.